This tutorial is to help introduce you to the mile tracking application process on your iPad, which will be used to do your monthly mileage and sales expenses. You must create a new log at the beginning of each month. First, begin by selecting the Mile Tracker app on your iPad. Then selecting the New Log button in the bottom left and choosing the title option from the pop-out. Be sure to name the log correctly each month. It should look like this: M-I-L, period. Your first and last initials, period. The first 3 letters of the month you're creating the log for, period. The current year we are working in, and then select the Save button. Then select the Start Date area and always be sure to set the start date as the first day of the current month, and the end date will always be set as the last day of the month you're working on. That way the log will be set for the entire month. Now that you've named the log correctly and have set the start and end dates, go ahead and click the Save button to finalize the new month's log. Once your mileage log has been completed and the month has come to an end, it's time to send it. Simply select the Options button at the bottom of your completed month's log. A pop-up will appear. Choose the email selection from the pop-out. Once you see the email options pop-up appear, PDF is automatically selected as the default document sharing state. Just select the Email button at the top right of the pop-up. Once your email opens with the attachment, just input the emails of whom you'd like to send this mileage log to and select Send. Next we will be going over how to add a new trip mileage to the mileage log, which you've just created. To create a new mileage entry, simply select the mileage log you've just created, or for whichever current month you're working in. Once we're in the correct mileage log, you will need to select the New Entry button at the bottom left of the screen. Then choose Mileage from the pop-up selections. These entries are to be made upon departure, arrival and/or return of each business-related location. When making these new entries you'll notice the date is already populated with the current date that you are entering the log on. The first thing you must do is tap the selection which states, Tap to enter stop mileage. When the pop-up appears your start mileage will be filled in automatically according to the last stop trip mileage you've recorded. If your current start mileage is different than what the Mile Tracker has automatically placed in the area, be sure to update it with the accurate start mileage before making the trip. Once you've reached your destination and/or you have completed your round trip, fill in the stop mileage area with your new mileage and select the Save button. Our next step is learning how to add a new location to your frequent locations list. To add these locations to the mileage entry, simply select the From area when creating the new log. Once you've added a new location to these frequent locations, it will be saved so that next time you need it, all you have to do is select that location from the list below and click Save. To add a new frequent location to your list, select the Edit Frequent Locations button at the bottom right of this pop-up. Now that you're in the Edit Locations section, simply select the Add a New Location button and fill in the name of your new frequent location. You can also take advantage of adding the address to each location, and the Mile Tracker will automatically input the distance between the from and to locations. So long as both addresses are recorded in the Mile Tracker and your start mileage is updated with the correct starting trip mileage. To remove any of the locations, simply select the red minus button to the left of the desired frequent location and press Delete. If you would like to rearrange any of the locations on the list, just press and hold down the 3-bar button to the right of the desired location, then drag it to the new placement area on the list. Now that you have learned to create the mileage log and update it with new mileages, we are going to go over how to email the log. These mileage logs will always be emailed to the bookkeeper at the end of each month. While in the current month's log, select the Options button at the bottom left of the screen. From there select the button labeled Email. You will see a pop-up and it will automatically load the settings for the file to a PDF. So you can just select the Email button in the top right corner of the pop-up. Once the email appears, simply input the current bookkeeper's email and click the Send button in the top right corner of the page.